Hey guys, in this video I'll be going through 4 reasons why Amazon vendors should complete brand registry. For those of you who are new here, my name is Benjamin Bolshinsky. I used to work at Amazon in the vendor management team for almost 3 years, and now I run a company called Vendor Launch where we work exclusively with Amazon vendors to increase their purchase orders. So, without further ado, brand registry is critical. Many vendors ignore it or don't do it correctly. And so, the first reason as to why you should complete brand registry properly is that it will lead to more sales and ultimately more purchase orders for your Amazon vendor account. Why? Well, the first thing is more advertising opportunities. So, more opportunities to bring traffic to your product pages. Things like sponsored brands, sponsored display, and different types of ad formats are only available to vendors that are brand registered. Without doing brand registry, you can only run what are called basic sponsored product ads, which are not, in some cases, not as useful to driving traffic and sales to your product pages. There's also additional merchandising opportunities, so brand stores, for example. Linking a brand store to your product pages is only available for vendors that have completed brand registry. A+ content, which is kind of merchandising opportunities, A+ content, that is actually available to vendors even if you haven't completed brand registry. It's a massive misconception because in the seller model, you need brand registry to do A+ content as a FBA or a marketplace seller, but with the vendor model, you can do A+ content without brand registry. So really, the big thing here is brand stores, and a well-crafted, intentional brand store can generate 15% of your total account sales. So it's a great idea to have one, and to have one, you can only have one, but after you've registered your brand in brand registry. And all of this ultimately leads to higher conversion rates. So the percentage of customers that actually buy your product, when they look at it, increases. You can increase your conversion rates from, say, 10% to 20% for a consumable brand, and that's double the amount of people that actually convert to a sale. And again, that's without any additional ads. So higher conversion rates as a result of having a brand store does drive more purchase orders and sales. And yeah, all of this essentially means you get more Amazon POs come through your way. The second reason is more control over your product pages. So content control. You have priority over your product listings. The thing is, anyone can sell anything on Amazon, right? If you're a seller, distributor, reseller, vendor, like anyone can create a listing on Amazon and supply Amazon with a product, but it's only the brand registered owners that get more content control. In other words, titles, images, bullet points, and descriptions, they will stay the way you set them rather than being overridden by some random third-party seller. So again, brand registry gives you more control over your product pages than you would without having done brand registry. The very common misconception is that Amazon doesn't actually see you as the brand owner or the brand representative, i.e. exclusive distributor, if you haven't completed brand registry, right? Even if you are the manufacturer brand owner, Amazon's system does not see that until you've registered your trademark with brand registry. And it's really important if you are, for example, an exclusive distributor where there might be other vendors or other sellers supplying the product, because without brand registry, you just don't have that control. If you want to regain control over your Amazon vendor account, you need to do brand registry. The next reason, protecting your brand. So brand protection, really important, especially in markets where Amazon is growing and when there are more and more sellers, resellers that are entering the market. Once you've completed brand registry, you get access to tools that enable you to report and remove counterfeit listings, trademark violations, and unauthorized sellers through Amazon's brand registry system, right? if you haven't done brand registry, you cannot do this, and you have to, you have to look at these random counterfeit sellers steal your sales. You can't do anything about it. But with brand registry, if you've done it, you can report them, you can take them down, and you can regain more control and protection over your brand on Amazon, over your relationship with Amazon. And then last but not least is you have a lot more data insights, a lot more analytics insights in your vendor account. So there's a whole this entire area or tool called brand analytics, which gives you access to search term reports, demographic data, market basket analysis to see what products people are buying with your products in the same basket. And all of this you can only see if you have completed brand registry. A non-registered account cannot see brand analytics. So you get a more accurate overview of your Amazon vendor account, your sales, and what customers are ultimately buying, which gives you more insights, more data, and allows you to come up with greater strategies to grow your Amazon vendor account. So that's another key reason why you should register your brand with brand registry. Hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them directly. But as always, hope you have a great day, and talk soon. Bye.